Nintendo has just held their largest direct, showcasing the best of what their biggest launch title, Mario Kart World, has to offer. But with all they've shown us today, does any of it justify that hefty $80 price tag? Yo, what's up everybody? It's Bro, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be taking a look and breaking down everything we know about Mario Kart World, and then we'll see if there's enough to justify that $80 price tag. Let's get 100 likes on this video, and subscribe for more Switch 2 and Mario Kart content just like this. So the main thing about Mario Kart World, of course, is that it's a world. So it's going to be open world. The first Mario Kart that we've had that is going to be open world. The overall experience actually looks pretty good. So you're going to be able to traverse through typical roads, deserts, the ocean. So it seems really expansive. Something very akin to like a Need for Speed, a Forza, something along the lines of that. And for Mario Kart, I think is the next step if you really want to expand upon the franchise. And then being able to go on the map and free roam around with your friends, just hanging, cruising, and chilling, which you would expect from a game like I said, Need for Speed and Forza. So I think it's really cool. Now the two main modes we have for the racing are Grand Prix and the Knockout Tour, and the Grand Prix is going to be your typical racing. Both modes are going to have 24 drivers, which is going to be the most ever that we've seen in a Mario Kart game, which is going to be really cool and interesting because there's just more chaos, more fun, and the worlds are so big that it can accompany this large amount of people on the course. So Grand Prix is still your standard. You still have your cups, and it's the same thing. So you continue your courses, and then in between the courses, you kind of have the open free roam area where you traverse and you go and drive to the next course, which is, like I said, you get that same vibe where you're able to continue to play the game, but you just have these new elements added to it. And they also tease that if you get all gold stars in the Grand Prix Cup, that Rainbow Road is hinted. So that's very interesting as well. Now, unlike the Grand Prix mode, which just has the 4 main maps that you race across that are still connected in the world that you travel to in between the matches, the Knockout Tour has 6, and these traverse across a larger course of the map. And now in the Knockout Tour mode, you have 6 of these maps, and now the traversals across the larger area of the map. So you're going to see more differences in the environment as they change. And it's just more fun. It's just more immersive, and people get shut off the bottom. So you have 24 people, and if you want to stay in the race, you have to make the cut. That's simple, and it's really fun. Now, the one thing that Mario Kart is always going to have is courses, and courses that this game has to offer is very expansive. So if we're taking a look at all of them, like just going through the direct, like we can just list off a bunch of these. We have the original Mario Kart circuit, of course. And the thing about these is that it's all integrated into the world, so you still get that original kart feeling while also getting the new addition of this open world, which I think is a dynamic that works very good in both ways, because now you're mixing new and old, and it's still keeping the same style while feeling refreshing at the same time. And they go on for some time on the direct, naming and listing a bunch of courses, and it's impressive. They look good graphically, and that's one thing. Mario Kart's always look good graphically, but now that we have an open world and there's much more to render, it's still very, very good. It looks even better than Mario Kart 8. And with the addition of that Switch 2 new power and hardware, it's to be expected. So, I mean, it looks good for a Mario Kart game. You cannot deny that. It looks fantastic. And there's also a day and night cycle now in the game, which just adds to the overall ambiance of it. And it's really cool. I mean, can't complain about that. And when we want to talk about characters, of course, it's Mario Kart. It's going to be so many characters. And, of course, your favorites are there. If you want to talk about variety of characters, it's a Mario Kart game. They're going to have everybody that you know and love, and then on top of that, they're going to add more probably through updates. So that be paid DLC, we don't know. Paid DLC on top of an $80 game isn't really going to be, the best thing in the world. But I mean, if you want characters, they don't really provide much of a competitive advantage. And as we can see here, I know there was discussions that the carts wouldn't be customizable, and they're here, and they're going to have the same type of meta. But overall, characters don't make or break the game in terms of winning, so therefore it's not really necessary if you don't want them. So, if they add more characters through DLC packs, then so be it. I'm not going to complain. And it wouldn't be Mario Kart without items, of course. Of course, we're going to have the same variety of items we've seen throughout the multiple games of Mario Kart that we've had over the years. But there's a few new ones like Coin Shell, which provides like a cool coin trail for you to get as you throw it in front of you. There's also the Ice Flower, which acts as kind of like the Fire Flower, that we've come to love, and it's similar. Acts very similar, very cool. There's also the Feather that allows you to jump over attacks, which is going to be super handy ducking red shells. Mega Mushroom, like the Mega Mushroom, and then the Hammer, which is just kind of similar to the Boomerang, but has its own effect and it stays in the road. All things that you'd love to see as a Mario Kart fan. There's also this new pit stop edition Yoshi's, which you can grab food and it allows you to unlock outfits inspired by your meal, which is, cool. I mean, I don't mind. New drip, it's going to be one of the coolest things about this game, adding a little bit of customization to your characters, which I think is going to be really add to the longevity of the game, just because it's just cool to just have different collectibles. And there's also new mechanics added. So we have new tricks where there's adding charge jump, so you can, as you can see, jump and time it, and it can be really useful. So I mean, it's adding on to the gameplay in ways that we haven't seen in years, because we've been playing the same Mario Kart for over a decade. There's wall riding, so there's just so much more new variety to the gameplay. There's also the rewind function now that's added, which is gonna still allow everyone else to progress, but you can slightly get better positioning maybe. So it could be useful in the solo mode. And as you rewind, you can possibly lose your lead, so be mindful of that. And support features return as well. So there's a smart steering that's available, that you don't fall off the road, for the bots and the little kids. And you have the tilt controls for the gyro remote as well. And there's going to be Joy-Con accessories for the wheel as well, just like the Wii back in the day. And while you're waiting in between races now, there's a free roam that you can participate in, and just see, that's cool. That's a good quality of life improvement, where instead of waiting for a game, you can just literally cruise around, which I think is super cool. It's not like it's a game selling feature, but it's just something that's really cool and a really good addition, I believe. And they didn't neglect to bring back modes like time trials, versus races, where you could have 4 teams. You can compete in team races with up to 4 teams now, and up to 6 players per team. And then of course, balloon battles and coin runners return yet again. There's a photo mode added to the game. You can play up to 4 players on one Switch console, and you can play up to 8 players wirelessly. So I mean, the functionality is going to be there. If you want to get together with a bunch of friends, you can do that. That's what Mario Kart's always been about, and you can still do that, and with up to 24 players now. But that's everything we know about Mario Kart World. Now, with all that information I told you guys, what do you guys think? Don't get me wrong, $80 is a hefty price tag, right? But for all the content we're getting in this game, and I'm not justifying it, but I have less of a problem spending $80 on a game that I know is not going to release or re-release for at least like another 5 years. So my point is that I don't have to worry about the game being obsolete in just a couple to a few years, because I spent $80 on it. I'm like, damn, now I have to go buy the latest one like I would have to do with the 2K or Madden. So for me personally, games that aren't going to receive yearly or bi-yearly releases, I don't mind spending $80 for, because I know I'm not going to have to spend $80 a year from now. So that's my personal preference. And when I look at the game, for me personally, Mario Kart's always been a game that I've had in the family. So whether it be Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii, the family's always had it. So it's just always a good game to have for when you want to play it. So for me, I said I'm going to be spending the $80. For you, you're going to need to make that decision. I don't blame anybody if they don't want to spend the $80. But from what I've seen, for how they expanded this game, you guys let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'm sure many people might not feel the same way about this, but let me know what you guys think. Am I bugging? Are you saving your $80? Let me know in the comments down below. Leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more content like this. I've been having a blast. Nintendo Switch 2 hype is through the roof. Just a couple more months and we're almost there. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because I'll be covering a lot of that console so much, and I'm really excited. So stay tuned. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.